All right. You guys, I'm so excited. I always think I'm such a nerd because I got these earbuds on. Like, you guys are going to talk back to me. Um, so I'm here for day one of our 3 day challenge. And I know you guys have been so freaking excited about this. My inbox has been blowing up. Like, my inbox has been blowing up. So let me know if you guys are here live or on the replay. If you're watching the replay, please just comment below replay because that really helps keep it bumped up. It helps the algorithm show more people this training. And good morning, Jackie on on YouTube. Good morning, Shonda, Heather. Hey, Pimmy. Hey, Kimmy. Good morning. Like, there's Pimmy, Kimmy, and Kimberly and Jackie. And a bunch of y'all on YouTube. She's watching live. I'm so excited. And if you haven't signed up for the 3 day challenge and you want to make sure you get access to the replay so that you could savor it, then make sure you sign up at brandaline.com/pinpoint so that you get the next couple days of trainings. I have so very much to share with you. If you can't stick around for the live, make sure that you're signed up so you can come back and watch the replay because it is going to be a little bit lengthy. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning, Alba. Hey, Jennifer Rudy. She's our book witch. Hey, Christina. Awesome. Good morning, guys. So today we're going to, good morning, afternoon, right? It's morning over here in Vegas. So I don't know where all y'all are coming in from, but I'm glad that you're here. We'll be doing this the next 3 days of trainings. This is always the most sought after trainings that I get. I do this here and there. This is like the most sought after information. I do want to say, people get so excited. They're like, oh my God, I'm going to find out if I'm clairvoyant or I'm clairaudient or I'm clairsentient. But I want to let you guys know, this is going to share what tendencies you have. It doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden after this training going to be able to walk out the door and do psychic readings or channel from the light beings. But it is going to, Luann, I know where you're at, up in Michigan, our land witch, right? We did a training yesterday about Are You a Witch? And so I see so many of you guys sharing your witchiness. So what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be covering, do you have tendencies to psychically see or do you have tendencies to psychically hear? This is going to tell you what tendencies you have. And then I'm going to share with you what it looks like when it's developed. It's the shit and coolest thing in the world. But I will tell you this, it's coming down, right? It's not coming down, it's coming through, right? It's coming through me. Spirit is so freaking excited. Hey, Heather, other Heather. Spirit is so freaking excited to share this information with you guys because right now we're having this huge shift, this huge awakening. You guys are really being called into action. You've been being called into action, but right now they've got your attention, right? How many of you guys are like starting to pay more attention to like who you are, what you want out of life, and what you're really here for? And this is what I'm here for. And I'm super excited to be standing in my purpose. Nothing has ever felt more wonderful in my whole freaking life than full on knowing why the hell I'm here on this planet, right? So excited. And I'm here to guide you to your gifts. I'm here to guide you to your awakening. I'm here to guide you into standing in your power and your purpose to be of service to others while you're living the most amazing, abundant, happy, miracle-filled life, right? A to the man. Hello. So I'm going to go over a few of the traits that clairvoyant people have and that clairaudient people have. And then I'm going to share what it looks like after they're developed. The people that I've worked with have gone on to do some amazing shit and feeling amazing when they're doing it. So clairvoyance, right? Clairvoyance and clairsentience is my strongest. Tomorrow we're going to talk about clairsentience. Clairvoyance was my first, oh, wow, what the hell? This is how I receive. And then clairsentience came right after that, like, holy hell. This is when I was developing under a medium, right? Not by myself. So clairvoyance, like, I want you guys to engage with me here. So the first freaking clue, if you are a receiver, your tendencies are clairvoyant, is, are you a daydreamer? Like, how many of you guys daydream all the time? You catch yourself watching out the window, right? Hey, Shalina. Hey, Mila. Hey, Krista. so glad you guys are saying hello to me on the Facebook. How many of you guys are daydreamers, right? You got in trouble in school. You're always staring out the freaking window. That is like one. And hi, it's Nikki on YouTube. That is a huge thing. Daydreamers, clairvoyant tendencies are daydreamers, right? How many of you guys, like you're watching TV? This happens to me like all the damn time. We were watching TV and your husband's like, did you see that? And you're like, oh, I might have been looking at the TV, but I was way beyond the TV. I was totally having this whole visual thing in my head. He's like, you're not even here, are you? And I'm like, no, right? Right? Always as a kid, got in trouble all the time. Yes, daydreaming. Oh, it's a Pisces. Yeah, I wonder too, because I feel like I'm a Gemini and I'm an air sign. So I wonder if like more air signs are more clairvoyant, right? That would be a good study to do. Hey, Dawn Streeter. Hey, Alba. She's a daydreamer, right? That's me, she says. All right. So how about this? Here's a huge one. How many of you guys had an imaginary friend when you were growing up, right? How many of you guys had an imaginary friend when you were growing up? And if so, tell me what their name is. Drop it in the comments. What was your imaginary friend's name? This is huge clairvoyance. And this is also teaching you parents out there that have kids with imaginary friends. I always call imaginary friends your spirit guides, right? Here's a huge one. You're always imagining shit, right? Like you're driving down the road, you're imagining shit. You're just like, oh, when I get there, it's going to be like this. And then you get there and you're like, oh, holy crap, it is like this. Like, wow, how did I even like imagine what her bedroom was going to look like? Or how did I even imagine, what she was going to be wearing? These little flashes of imagery, right? We think we're just imagining this shit, right? Your imagination is connected to your third eye period at the end. But when your third eye does so much more than just seeing, right? It's the gateway to the soul. We could do a whole nother training on your third eye, but the visual, your imagination, that is connected to your clairvoyance because you're seeing, right? Your imagination. Here's a neat exercise for you guys to do really quick. Close your eyes. I want you to imagine the McDonald's archways or Walmart, something that you see all the time. Can you see it in your head? Can you see it in your head? Can you see the McDonald's in your head? Can you see a pink elephant when I tell you that? Can you see the Walmart sign in your head? So right there, that goes to show you what eyes are you seeing with? You didn't have your eyes open. How did you see it? Clairvoyance, right? Woo, now all you all are like, oh my God, it's crazy. So freaking true. So, and then another thing, your imaginary friend. And here's another one. How many of you guys see faces when you close your eyes at night? Or when you're closing your eyes to rinse your hair in the shower? Or how many of you guys see faces, you feel like faces are showing at you through the shower curtain, right? How many of you guys see faces, different faces? Maybe they're flying at you at night. You don't even know who these people are. Clairvoyant, mediumship, right? That's what that is. So there's a few tips on clairvoyance. Another thing, we always watch our vocabulary. How many of you guys say, I could totally see you doing that, right? You know, you really look like you would be a great public speaker, right? I could totally see you doing that. You really look like a witch, like I was telling you guys yesterday. Pimmy sees faces all day, every day. Yep, Sherry sees faces all the time. Clairvoyant mediumship, right? So what happens when we develop? Luann sees faces all the time at night. What happens when we develop this ability? When you get to work with me, imagine. Everybody stop right now. Imagine working with me to develop this. How cool will you feel when you're able to, so some of the things that I do, I could literally look at somebody and completely see their whole energy field, right? Doesn't everybody experience this? No, astonishingly, Jackie, right? Some of these things seem normal, right? But no, not everybody sees faces flying at them. Not everybody had an imaginary friend. Not everybody is daydreaming visual, right? You'll know as I go on. And the words that you use, totally see you doing this, right? So what happens when you develop? You are able to, for me, like I literally could just see the energy imprint on you and I already know everything about you. I could just see your energy. I know, like literally, I just saw a girl ask me, am I a witch? Yeah. Well, no, I said, no, you're not a witch. You're a medium. You're medium and you have brother energy. It's brother energy. And then as you go further, I could see her brother standing behind her, right? So you're able to visually help people with maybe their past loved ones. That goes into mediumship, but I'm using my clairvoyance to see it, right? MD on YouTube says, my deceased son presents his face to me, especially when I'm really having a tough moment. My heart for you. My heart for you. But your deceased son is showing you in a clairvoyant mediumship type of way, right? When you develop your clairvoyance with me, you're able to see through time and space, right? We are able to see through time and space. I repeat, you could go inside of people's houses. You could do remote viewing. You could find missing objects. You could find missing people. Your like if you develop your mediumship, which you will, if you work with me, you will, unless you really don't want to, but you will. Everybody has the capability, but in mediumship, you'll be able to be like, oh, they're standing behind you. They're wearing exactly this outfit. Like I am so good at telling you exactly what they're wearing because I could see them, right? Jackie says she was joking. It's so normal for those of us to have these qualities. I think we grew up thinking everybody else has the same thing. Yes, yes, yes. So the seeing, right? And being able to see through time and space, being able to, like, it's so groovy, being able to see inside somebody's body and see the cells and be able to go, oh, something's right there, you know, and being able to help that person process and heal. So cool, right? We're not medical doctors, by the way. That's my disclaimer. But you have the ability. We've had my students have had we did scans before, and then the girl went off and got an MRI, and my students were right the fuck on because you're able to see. You're able to stand in your purpose and help people while you're standing in your purpose, right? Hey, Julie, reading, what's up? So those are some of the things you could do when you develop. I think it's really fucking cool. Excuse my language, but they right now want us so much to develop into these gifts, to do readings, not necessarily to be able to work from home doing readings, maybe not necessarily, but it's for you to peel the freaking layers off and realize who the hell you are, what you're capable of, and what you're here for. Now let's go on to clairaudience. Shalina says really quick, I was told I was clairvoyant, but I can't visualize with my eyes closed. I could see all of those things you mentioned if I get that connection. So some people, let me just, before I go to clairaudience, there's a 20% or 25% of people that can't visualize, they can't imagine. That's okay, right? You might not be clairvoyant if you can't visualize. So she's saying she can't visualize, right? Hey, Mario Herrera on YouTube. So you might not be clairvoyant. Let's go through some more of these clairs so that you can figure out what your tendency is. All right, so clairaudience. Hey, Michelle, glad you're jumping on the live. Clairaudience. I just shared yesterday, I have a YouTube video here. It's called Voices in Your Head, and it has over 27,000 views. That means that people right now are really looking for this type of thing. That means they're searching for it because they don't have anybody else to talk to when they start hearing the freaking voices, right? They start hearing the voices. They think they've lost their shit and they're scared and they're terrified. They don't know who to reach out to. So who do they reach out to? Me, Brandalene Johnson, Spiritual Awakening Babe. That's one of the number one things I get is parents that are telling me their kids are hearing voices and that they're scared for their children and they don't want to take them to the medical community, right? This is so huge. So let's talk about clairaudience, psychic hearing, right? Also known as clear hearing. That was the last of my clairs. That was the weakest, right? Now it's like so crazy. Sherry's like, oh, those damn voices. So people that have clairaudient tendencies, right? How many of you guys sleep with a fan on? How many of you guys sleep with the TV on? How many of you guys feel uncomfortable sitting in silence? Engage with me. Put fan, TV, silence in the comments. How many of you guys experience that? Especially clairaudient people do feel uncomfortable sitting in silence. Why? Why do they have the fan on? Why do they have the TV on? Why do they feel uncomfortable sitting in silence? Because a lot of you, your gifts are firing on and off right now because you're starting to have an awaken, right? Fan always has to be on, right? At this point, always use a fan. My husband and I, at this point, we have a sound machine, which is pretty cool. But we always had a fan before we came here. Now that it's so loud, here that we have a sound machine, right? To stop those talks, right? All of the above. Shalina's like all of the above. So now she's starting to realize. Luann's like, I like noise. So the reason why people that are have clairaudient tendencies that are uncomfortable sitting in silence is because unconsciously they are scared to hear the voices. So they do things to cover them up, or they stay busy so that they don't sit still enough, right? So it's almost like it had happened to you before and you're like, oh shit, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. And so therefore, you unconsciously make choices like having the fan on, having the TV on, being really super busy, right? How many of you guys love music? Love music. How many of you guys wake up with a song in your head, right? Right? How many of you guys wake up with songs in your head out of nowhere? You're in the shower and you start singing and you're like, why the hell am I singing that song? Like Strangers in the Night. That was one of mine. Da 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 da. Strangers in the Night. And then I was like, who is here? Who's here? Right? This is after I developed, right? So, songs, the ringing in your ears. How many of you guys are always getting the ringing in your ears? Or you feel like you just jumped into the pool? Every day, new song upon awakening, Jackie says. Michael Johnson's like, fans always on. Oh my God, me. Yeah. All the time. Everybody's like all the time. This means you have tendencies, right? What happens when you develop? Now, I want to say that all my students that work with me, right? This always happens every time, right? And you guys, I'm so excited about what's coming out of the vault. So you guys are going crazy. Love music. I wake up every day with different songs in my head. More lately, weird. I love that. Was my fave. Frank Sinatra. Me ringing. I hate the ringing. People are like ringing all the time. Yep. Okay. All right. So what I was going to say is all my students, they are always jealous of the other student, right? Some of them see really good. Some of them hear really good. Some of them just know claircognizance, right? They're always like, oh, I'm still waiting for this other Claire to develop. Or I'm not good like Brandeline because she could hear. But it's the Claire. So you gotta just be like, cool, I have this tendency. And we'll talk more about that over the next couple days. But I will tell you this, that to this day, I get jealous of the people that are clairaudient. Because when they develop with me, right? Imagine developing with me. All of a sudden, they get full on information because they can freaking hear, right? How many of you guys, yeah, Luann says she's a knower, right? Ringing in your ears. How many of you guys get words or phrases that pop into your head, right? And you're just like, where did that shit come from? That's clairaudience. Also the voice outside of your head. Hello, Brandeline, right? How many of you guys heard your name being called in the grocery store and then nobody's there? Clairaudience, right? So what happens when you develop with me is you are able to get full on shit. Like you will hear your name being called, and then you'll hear a song, and it'll be the lady standing next to you in the bread aisle. You're able to do public mediumship readings, right? Hi, Julie Navarro. Hi, Alba. I think I'm a knower, right? Hey, Mel. Good. I'm glad you guys are here live. Let's see. Okay. So clairaudients are able to literally hear the voice of spirit, or it's injected in their thing, and they're really good at mediumship. They're really good at mediumship because they can hear the voice. They're also really good, like I'm always talking about Amanda. She hears the healing codes. They tell her the healing codes when she's doing Reiki. They will tell you. They will literally say the words to you. She needs penicillin. So they're great at getting detailed information. They're great at telling you your past loved one's name. I'm great at telling you what your past loved one looks like and that they're a brother and they are wearing this outfit behind you. because I'm clairvoyant, right? But the clairaudient people are like, your brother George is standing behind you, and he said that you need to start taking vitamin C. He's really worried about you, and he saw what you did last week, and he's really proud of you, right? So it's so amazing, right? Luann hears her name being called often, and nobody is there. So clairaudience is one of my two strongest clairs. Everybody gang up on Sherry. She took the Awaken program, by the way, right? And she's amazing. She's amazing. So clairaudience, we should all kick her butt, because she says that that's her second one. So these are the neat things. The other thing, so let's go back to the vocabulary that we're talking about, right? Hey, Cindy, I'm glad you're jumping on live too. Is you totally sound like you would be a great public speaker. Or I hear you, girl. I hear you. I hear you. Like, what are the phrases that we're using, right? Shalene is saying she could smell different past loved ones from time to time. Last week we did that. Clairolfactory, right? Yes, Sherry says the Awaken program was amazing, life-changing. So you guys, how are you loving this challenge so far? I would love to know, which do you feel more drawn to when I gave you the symptoms, right? Clairvoyance, psychic seeing, the daydreaming, the, zoning out, just completely zoning out, like always in your head, very imaginative. Maybe you love meditation, right? Because that's where all the crazy shit lives in there, right? So clairolfactory, they're talking about on the Facebook chat. And then how amazing will you feel when you work with me to develop this, so that you can serve humanity by stepping in your power and your purpose and change this world, right? This is why we're here, you badass light workers. You guys are watching this because you know it. You guys are feeling this because you know it, right? You guys are here to change the world. And being unconscious and not utilizing all of our skills is like what we're being called to step out of, to wake the frick up, right? My craziest and my clearest. So I didn't see which one you said. My daughter's boyfriend has the smell. Yeah, audience. The smell audience. The neat thing is it all comes together when we work, right? So now at this point, I'm at everything, right? Yeah, Sherry says, I amazed myself every week in the Awaken. I developed so much. Oops. My clearest is visual, Kimmy says, right? Well, Kimmy, like really quick, aren't you in a band? Aren't you in a band? Because people that are in bands they're always clairaudient, because the music, they work with the angels, really, honestly. Angels, music, and they insert the words and phrases of the song that you're going to be writing, right? And then you hear the tones. You imagine the sounds, right? Hey, Brooke. So yeah, any of y'all? Oh, Michael's talking to me. I went to a place I've never been before, and all of a sudden I told my boss where everything was, and they freaked my boss out and told him of a spot he didn't even know about. It freaked him out. See, that's really freaking cool. I love that, Michael. So these are things that are popping on and off. But can you imagine being able to manage it and handle it? Dawn says, I'm always meditating outside and zoning out. Oh my God, when I saw your picture today, I was like, I could have wrote like a whole book. And I'm like, that's not fair to everybody else. But yeah, these are things that are firing on and off. Another thing that I wanted to say was there was a girl, I think she's in my inbox right now, that came over from YouTube to join our Facebook community, Your Spiritual Awakening on Facebook. And if you guys want to friend request me, Brandalene Johnson, I'm totally down. Just make sure you friend request me and then say hi, what's up? But she said, I'm not down for this challenge. I was like, what? This is like the most exciting thing. She's like, no, I don't want to be on this challenge. She said, because she don't like it all. And if that's you, if you're watching this and you're like, I freaking hate this shit, like, leave me alone, right? This is also another reason why you need to develop, because you're the boss of you. You're the boss of you. right? And like, you notice this is all on the up and up. I'm not talking about anything scary or negative because there ain't nothing. Like there is, but you are the boss of you. And learning about all of this and really taking a stand into it, because some of y'all have a little bit of karma that you need to heal, right? And manage. Some of y'all have attracted stuff that you don't necessarily want, but this is the reason why you need to like learn about it so that you can manage it, right? So that's like I was telling you guys, I get a huge calls from parents that their kids are hearing the voices and they end up taking my class because they want to help their kids manage, right? So yes, 1122, that's my band. See, Kimmy, you're probably clairaudient and you don't know it, but she thinks visual. But when we work a little bit more, you're going to be like, oh, or when you go to write your songs, you're going to be like, oh, it's the angels talking to me. You know, angels love music, right? How many of y'all, how about this? One more for clairaudient, because I could talk for all day, and sometimes I do, and my husband's like, shut up, right? Yeah, some folks don't want to know what they know, right? So true. But when they're ready, they'll find me, right? Spirit has sent me so many people in the last 2 weeks because they know. It's just, you can't make this shit up. One more thing about clairaudience. And then tomorrow we're going to be doing psychic feeling, emotional and physical, okay? And then Thursday we're going to do mediumship. That's always the most favorite. So I want to be able to open it up more, Michael. So you want to connect with me and be watching because I am letting my something out of the vault. I've been talking about it, and it's the most amazing shit ever. How many of you guys have heard music coming out of the fan or the vacuum or an electronic device? How many of you guys have heard music coming out of an electronic, like the white noise, right? That's the angels. And you will cry your face off. Yeah, this is so cool. I sure hope I could do. Everybody could do the mediumship. I could take Joe Bob off the street and teach a mediumship, right? Right? I hear music sometimes as I'm falling asleep, Marcia says. Isn't it freaking amazing? Do you ever just cry when you hear it? Because I do. Right? You hear this song and you're just like, what is that? Yes. Lindsay's late. Oh, well, you have to watch the replay. Sometimes I hear foreign language. I love it. Okay, I get so freaking geeky. Like I said, I could talk on here forever. So Dawn hears the music in the shower. Marcia's talking about other languages. Brooke gets songs in her head. Other languages. This is totally off the subject, but because there's no such thing as time or space, right? We're living all of our lifetimes, right? Totally off the subject. Obviously, we all weren't always an English speaker, right? Or maybe we weren't always human. So sometimes in your sleep, this happened to me. I was like a Russian man, or I am a Russian man. How freaking crazy does that sound, right? I am a Russian man. So yeah, Mel is that on Facebook saying she hears other languages too. So sometimes you could tap into those other lifetimes, and I did that in one of my dreams. It was the craziest shit. And then I woke as I was waking up, I couldn't understand the language anymore, and I started to become myself again, Brandeline, the English lady. Then it faded away, and I'm like, I can't understand you guys. So that's just one scenario. I get geeky. I'm an expert in spiritual awakening. I'm an expert in psychic mediumship development. I have no problem being all egoic about it because it's true. I've been doing this for years. I've helped hundreds of people develop their gifts and watch them go on to live an amazing life because so much stuff is illusion. And once you get out of that, life flows so much easier. It really, really, really does. So you guys be coming on the lookout if you want to join our community. So you could be in our community if you're watching on YouTube, which is where I get 80% of my clients. Come watch us on your spiritual awakening community on Facebook. Come join us. But either way, look out. There's tons and tons of testimonials and fun stuff coming out, and I will be here again live tomorrow to talk about your psychic feeling, emotional empathy, and physical clairsentience. All right, I love you guys. Have a great day.